Hey, welcome back everyone, it's Crazy here with another Brawl video. Super happy to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode, guys. So, topic of today's video is how to play Colt in solo showdown and duo showdown. So I'll try my best to provide you some basic tips and tricks, or in general any tip that might help you improve your Colt gameplay in solo showdown and duo showdown as well. So I'm just gonna try my best to provide you with some of the basic tips that I didn't know back then when I started playing the game. And if it helps you, please let me know in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's jump straight into the video, guys. Here we go. Alright guys, before we jump into the tips and tricks, let's first talk a little bit about Colt. So Colt is a mid to long range high DPS damage dealing brawler. His HP makes up for his high DPS by making him an average HP brawler. Colt's main attack does 420 damage at max level, that is level number 9. Same amount of damage with his super, but the range of his super is much farther than his normal attack, and it also has the ability to clear obstacles such as wall. So that's the basic just intro about Colt. Of course, there's no lore anything as well. So moving on to tip number 1. Here we go. Alright guys, so the very first tip that I want to give you with Colt, and this goes with all of the brawlers, that is all the current brawlers that are available in the game, everything in general, and that is aiming is key. So the very first tip with Colt is aiming. Always try to line up your shots so that it allows you to deal more than enough damage at max range possible. Make sure you line up your shots a little bit ahead from where the brawler is going, as there is a slight delay between shots fired. So if a brawler is running towards the direction right, make sure to just aim just a tad bit ahead of him, which will allow you to hit more than enough shots on an enemy brawler. So there's always a slight delay or latency issues in the game, so always try to just line just a little bit further ahead from where the brawler is running. Like I said, if a brawler is running towards his right, make sure you aim just a little bit further from where he is running, so that you can at least hit half or more than half of your shots, deal more damage possible. Moving on to tip number 2, and that is strafing is key, guys. Don't just stand in one position and shoot, as it makes you a very easy target and you can be auto aimed very easily. Whenever you shoot, keep moving from left to right, or just make sure your movements are unpredictable. Try different strafe patterns like left right, or right left right, or anything you are comfortable with. Always keep moving while shooting, as it will keep you safe. So what does strafing mean is, guys, just don't stand in one position while you're shooting, because it makes you a much easier target. Like almost you can be auto aim if you're standing still. Always try to just keep your movements unpredictable. Try moving from left to right or right to left, or just back away, just go up front, anything that you're comfortable with, because it will make you a harder target to hit. And with Colt's hitbox, he is much harder. I mean, every brawler has the same hitbox except for the tanks. They have a slightly bigger hitbox. So always try to strafe, guys. That's tip number 2. Moving on to tip number 3, guys, and that is peek and shoot. Like I said last time in my previous video with Piper guide, peek and shoot. So this tip goes with most of the brawlers like Piper, Brock, Nita, Jesse, Crow, Leon, and other couple of brawlers. So whenever you are hiding behind a wall, try to move away from the cover a little, shoot, and quickly take cover back, as it will allow you to at least land a few of your shots and charge up your super. Never stay out in the open against other long range brawlers like Piper or Brock, because they will totally annihilate you. So always use covers, guys, whenever you're shooting, or if someone is up close towards you, try to just juke out the shots by just running around the cover, using the cover as defense, and line up your couple of shots so that you can at least hit a couple of them. Moving on to tip number 4, and that is move while shooting. Colt's bullets travel in a straight line, so it takes a lot of skill and time to master how you play him. Whenever you shoot, try to move left or right so the bullets will cover a little more area than it usually does. This will make it somewhat easier for you to deal damage to the enemy brawler. So if you're just standing still, or if you're running up straight up ahead or running straight downside, the Colt's bullets will always travel in a straight line. So if you are just strafing from left to right, just, or in general strafing, moving to the right or moving to the left, the bullets will be able to cover a little bit farther, or just in general a little bit more area than usual, just like bow shots, how it travels from left to right, just like that. Moving on to next tip, and that is keep your distance from tankier units. Keep Colt a distance away from brawlers like high HP such as Bull and El Primo. This way he can whittle down their high health with long range attacks. So tanks like Bull, El Primo, Frank, and Shelly is a tank too in my opinion, Rose as well, Daryl. So always keep your distance from such brawlers, because let's face it, if any of these guys get in even slight of the range of Colt, no, if they get in range of Colt, they can just maybe one or two shot him, because Colt does not have that much HP. Same goes for Rico and other squishier brawlers who have very high DPS, but the very high DPS makes up for it by just giving them lower HP. And well, tanks, they have a lot of health, so always try to keep your distance from tankier units. Moving on to next tip, and that is use your super to take down enemies behind cover. Colt super allows him to shoot high damage bullets in long range, plus it also destroys walls and obstacles. Use this super to burst down on an enemy brawler hiding behind cover. So let's say you have your super ready and you can see that a brawler is hiding behind a wall, or just trying to regain his HP. If you can see him, just try to destroy him by using your super. Strafe from left to right, just anything that does not make you an easier target. Also try to keep auto aim at its minimum, or if a brawler is very up close to you, use auto aim to deal max DPS possible. So like always, you will always auto aim like most of the time. Even I used to auto aim a lot when I started the game, and it's a fact that every single person likes auto aim much better than auto aim lining up your shots manually. I used to auto aim until I was at 5,000 trophies or 6,000 trophies. So just try to keep it auto aim at its minimum. Like if the brawler is way too up close to you, yes, you can rely on your auto aim, but if it's farther away from you, if the brawler is farther away from you, always try to line up your shots. At least it will help you hit a couple of your shots. Moving on to the next tip, and that is in duos, stay behind brawlers with high HP. Colt can deal a really good damage if you keep him alive. Stay behind ally brawlers with higher HP. You'll be safe and you can still damage opponents with your long range shots. And of course, with the new star power, that is Magnum Special, he can deal a lot of damage. Basically his new Magnum Special range will put him at the same range, almost the same range as Brock and Piper does. So he doesn't have to be that much scared, because before he had the Magnum Special, he was outranged by Brock and Piper, but now it puts him at that particular range, so that he can keep Piper and Brock and other brawlers at its bay, and that's a good thing. Never attract unnecessary attention if you are running low on power cubes. In that case, camp out and wait for the perfect opportunity. So duo showdown and solo showdown, it's always a case like you have a bad spawn point, or you are not allowed to take up power cubes, because an enemy brawler or a bull or a tank or anyone in general just bullied it out of you. In that particular case, try to run away from them, and let's say if you're running low on power cubes, just camp it out. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. I think some people say camping is a cowardly move, but in some scenarios you have to camp it out, guys, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. Even I camp some of the time, and it's okay, guys. Camping is a strategy as well. It's much better than teaming, guys. That's right. So I'm gonna tell you some of the maps that you can play Colt on in solo showdown and duo showdown. So the very first map is Dune Drift with the event modifier Angry Robo. The very next map is Royal Runaway with Meteor Shower. Then there is Flying Fantasy, Double Trouble with the modifier Energy Drink, and you can also play him on Feast and Famine with Energy Drink. So guys, these are all the basic tips and tricks that I personally think will help you improve your Colt gameplay, and I'll just put some Colt gameplay for you in the background if I have recorded it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me to gain your support. Help me reach that 150 subscriber mark. As always, leave a comment down below pointing out the favorite part of your video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Keep smiling, keep rolling. Thanks for watching everyone. See ya.